Hi, my name is Kristen Bach, and today I'll be speaking about gluten allergies. Gluten allergies are becoming more common and more widespread throughout the world today. They are very serious and can really impact someone's life. Do you ever wonder why when you go to a restaurant you see more gluten-free options on the menu? Or why you go to a store and there's a specific aisle for gluten-free items? The simple answer is that it's growing and it's affecting more people every day. Not many people know about it and how serious it can be. About 2 years ago, my mom was diagnosed being gluten intolerant, and it was hard for all of us to see her struggle with having to watch what we're eating in the house when she can't have it because she knows that her body will swell and she'll get rashes. So as a family, we have worked with it together, and we have all started eating differently to help my mom get through it. The one thing I learned from my mom is that it is hard. It can be depressing at times when you just want a slice of pizza or a piece of cake, but you know you can't have it. Today I'll be explaining what a gluten allergy is and how it's going around the world, and I'll be talking about the alternative foods that you can have to substitute for what you used to eat. A gluten allergy means being allergic to wheat, barley, and rye. These things are in all of our foods basically, so it's hard to work around them, but it can be done. Symptoms include swollen joints and rashes. This can be really painful for most people, but some people don't really feel it right away until it's been going on for a little bit that they don't know about it. When gluten is consumed, the immune system weakens and it attacks the small intestine. This is why gluten cannot be consumed as much, because as the more wheat you consume, the more it's going to hurt yourself. The production of how our food's made is changing more and more. More chemicals are being added and more wheat is being produced with chemicals, which hurts our body. The reason people are being diagnosed more often is because now we have more access to doctors and we know more about our health. We know what our bodies can and cannot take. Typically when someone feels pain, they go to the doctor. So when someone feels the swollen joints or the rashes, they immediately want to seek help and see what is causing it. In the past, people couldn't always afford to go to a doctor, and the doctors didn't always have the technology to know what was happening to them. So since wheat isn't everything that we have, it's important to know that you can't have the things you used to eat. When the immune system weakens, that is when the problems start. But now, thankfully, the doctors can test specifically for what you're allergic to. So a common test for figuring out if you have a gluten allergy is getting a blood test. The blood test will find what you're reacting to. Or a trial and error case could happen. You could go a week with eating gluten and see if your body reacts, then go a week without eating it and see if you still have the same symptoms. Although the gluten allergies do limit a lot of the foods that we can eat, it does still leave you with a lot that you can eat. There are alternatives sold almost everywhere, grocery stores and restaurants. The most common restaurant option that people eat is pizza. The gluten-free pizza is served in its own tray, made in its own pan, and served with its own cutter. This way, it avoids cross-contamination with other gluten items. The grocery stores have gotten a greater variety of gluten-free items, which are now labeled specifically gluten-free. This really eases a lot of the shopping for the gluten-free diagnosed. Gluten allergies are becoming more common, and awareness should be raised so that if you or someone you know gets diagnosed with a gluten allergy, you know that there are ways to cope with it and you can help each other. So now that we know what a gluten allergy consists of, and that a gluten allergy can harm the body and yourself, but we also need to know that there are many alternatives throughout the whole stage of the gluten allergy. Now I'd like you to take a minute and think about what if you were diagnosed with a gluten allergy. Your life would change completely. You would not be able to eat the same things that you did yesterday. Your body would be in pain if you did. So think about it next time you're eating gluten and think about how someone else might be dealing with it. And just hope that this gets better and we can find a way to stop it. After seeing my mom struggle with the gluten allergy for many years, I want people to know that they're not alone and that they can be helped.